This video is for you, my son, who I love till the day I die. We're going to call you Crying Ryan. 31-year-old Crying Ryan. Since you will not answer the phone, you will not answer a text message, you will not come on my side of the fucking river, stores that you visited every day, you ain't been in them since you started running your mouth. Now, I'm going to tell you something. You're my son, and I fucking love you. Call it tough love, call it whatever you want. I am fucking sick of these goofy motherfuckers texting my daughter, messaging my wife, sending me fucking 500 messages a day. The goofy motherfucker, Uncle Will, you sorry son of a bitch. If your balls are big enough to drive to Pegram to get this bobcat, I would love to see your toothless ass come get it. I really would. I would actually love to know where you live. I might just take a vacation there. You goofy, stupid, ignorant, dirty son of a bitch. Now, I hate to get on here and act like this, but folks, some of you people I just don't get. I consider you the 2%ers. I know Patty was mad when she called everybody something. I don't even know what she called them. I work every day. I work. I've got kids to raise. Yeah, I don't really do the internet. But I'm telling you, this shit is going to come to an end or somebody's going to get hurt. And Ryan, if anybody fucks with your sister like they're threatening they will, and I can't get my hands on them, son, I love you, but I will get my hands on you. You know how I roll. Yes, I'm an old motherfucker. I am an old redneck. Them songs you write are like you're telling my fucking story of the way I fucking grew up. You didn't grow up like that. You don't even know what a fucking real redneck is. You never had your ass beat down and your head stomped into the pavement by a motherfucker that didn't give a fuck if he killed you or not. You motherfuckers smack each other a couple times, and y'all call it a fight. Now, I'm telling you, I am fucking sick of the goddamn bullshit. Nobody stole a fucking bobcat from you. You gave the motherfucker to me after Robert robbed you of $3,000 that he's supposed to put in it. You were so fucking aggravated, you told me to take it. The same fucking time you told Tubbs to keep all the attachments because you didn't want the bobcat anymore. I told you I would fix it, and any time you needed it, it was be mine and yours. I've spent around $6,000 on it. It actually needs about $6,000 more worth of work done to it. I've been trying to do it myself. All you had to do is call and say, Dad, I need to borrow the bobcat. I would have brought it to you. I had no reason not to. You make a video saying that me and your mom were going to put you in a conservative ship or something like that.
What was the plan between y'all? I mean, besides the conservative ship that 3 witnesses overheard.
I've not told your mom I would do any fucking thing to you. Now, I did get a phone call that told me some crazy shit that you were saying and doing on Adderall. The kind of shit that does get people admitted for their own safety. But look at me. I've never told anybody I would put you in a conservatorship. I'm not even sure what that really is. I've worked for every fucking thing I got, except a couple of cars and a truck that you gave me. If you want the fucking cars and trucks, please come and get them. Please. I don't need any of it. I come from nothing. I've worked for every fucking thing I got. I raised your goofy ass. You know what I've been through raising you. And you want to treat me the way you're treating me? Take your fucking ass on down the road somewhere. You're going to quit running your fucking mouth on the internet. You are, buddy. There's different ways to handle that situation. You talk about these fucking biker gangs. You know, you ain't got to touch nobody. I make one fucking call, and what do you call the biker gang that come to the racetrack? We all called it the Muppet Biker Gang. They look like the fucking Muppets or the Cabbage Patch Kids or some kind of shit. Hell, I was worried about their safety. They're supposed to be there for mine. Fuck, I was worried about their safety. And the thing you're saying about Billy's house.
Ronnie is acting like they're all clueless. Like, what is he? Why is he living in that house? Because I bought it and gave it to him.
I don't give a fuck what you give away. I don't understand it. How in the fuck do you give away a house you got $1 million in and Ghost Ranch ain't paid off? How in the fuck do you give Robert houses? And I don't know, I'm going to take a wild stab at this, but you've given Robert, and not it's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with what you give Robert. He's your best friend. Yeah, he's your best friend, all right. Y'all to hear the stories that we hear by multiple people. He's your best friend. You just keep that in the top of your head. You talk about me bitching because you give Billy a house. You should have gave fucking Billy a house before you gave Robert one. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got brothers. You talk about my brothers. My brothers, they get anything they want. Well, you know what? You got two fucking brothers that still don't have a house that'll do anything for you. But you're going to give Robert a house who has talked about you like a dog behind your back. Don't deny it, Robert. You know it's fucking true. There's all kind of people that was just talking the other night at the party that you fucking got drunk and started bad-mouthing Ryan and the way he spends his money. Right? The last week I worked on Ryan's house that I didn't fucking build, by the way. We did the paint and drywall. You know, I worked for people like Alan Jackson, Tim McGraw, the Darryl Waltrip, the Mandrell sisters, Johnny Cash. These are the houses we work on. I get no complaints. I've been in business for 28 years this year. 28 years. Only started advertising last year. The people I work for love me. I've met so many people in this city. I don't need you. Don't need you. I was blessed the day you showed up for Father's Day and said, come with me. I need you to go with me somewhere. I didn't even feel good that day, but I thought you needed my help. You drove me to Two Rivers Ford. I said, what are we doing here? You said, I'm buying you a new truck. I've never done anything for you, and I've done for everybody else, and I want to buy you a truck. We argued over it. I told you I didn't need a new truck. I didn't want a new truck. We drive back home in the Dooley Ford that you had bought, and when we got in the driveway, you said, Dad, this is your truck. I want you to have it. I mean, I'm going to tell you, man, who does that for somebody? You know, you made me cry. I don't fucking cry. It just was like a blessing. Like, you know, like you raised your son right. And when you raise somebody right, they grow up and be a productive human being. And on that subject, the first 5 or 6 years you've done this music thing, I've been so fucking proud of you, dude. When you go see kids in the hospital that are dying and their last request is to meet you, that's fucking awesome. Awesome. When you find a guy freezing to death with his dog outside a store and you fucking stop what you're doing and drive across town to get him a fucking customized van and give him money and make sure his dog's got what he needs, that's fucking awesome. When you stay after shows, and I've watched you do it for 4 or 5 hours, signing autographs and meeting every fucking individual. Who does that? That's fucking awesome. But something has happened along the way. You went from smoking weed, that there ain't nothing wrong with that. Anybody out here that hates me for that, I'm sorry. You know, I just don't feel like there's a problem with people smoking weed. But somewhere along the line, you had to dabble in shrooms, your own words. You had to dabble in coke, your own words. You know where the shit leads you. Ever since you've talked about shrooms and cocaine, you look like a crazy person on the internet. You don't have to say I don't do dope. People can watch your videos and see that you're high as fuck. Anybody that's been around dope for a little bit can look at you and tell that you're on dope. And this is a rant, dude. I'm at work. I'm tired of fucking getting all the text. And the text to me, I can handle because it's just weak-minded punks that think they know something that they don't fucking know. You come out of that courthouse waving that blank piece of fucking paper.
Boys.
You're at a courthouse that you don't even go to for something like that. Saying if the fucking bobcat ain't back in 2 hours, somebody's going to jail. And I know where it's at. You know how fucking childish you look doing that fucking shit? You look like a fucking crazy idiot kid. It's what you look like. And I have to go around town everywhere I go. And let me tell you something about going around town. I've been all over fucking town for the last fucking month. I go places that I normally don't go, just hoping I could bump into my son and figure out what the fuck's going on in his head, because he won't answer the goddamn phone. He won't answer a text. Apparently somebody's putting shit in his head, and he fucking believes it. I go everywhere in town. You know what I hear everywhere I go? Tractor Supply that you go to all the time. I've been there 100 times in the last month, just hoping I bump into you. You know what I hear from everybody around town? Everybody. It's, oh my God, your son, what is going on with him? Has he lost his mind? Ronnie, he needs help. He's on dope. I mean, he's went crazy on the internet. Look at your numbers. Look at your fucking numbers. Look at them. Psychobabble was a fan of yours. Now, I don't know all these people. I just start looking at the comments you're getting, and a lot of people have just turned on you. And I mean, when you get on there and call your mama a bitch and a whore, I've done that a bunch. Me and her hate each other. And I've called her every name in the book. I remember the first time you called her a bitch when you was about 15 years old. What did I tell you? And back then, hell, all I wanted was her to die. You called your mama a bitch, and I told you you don't ever do that. You don't ever talk bad about your parents. They brought you into the world. They can take you out of it. That's the way I see it. And, you know, to see you get on there, no matter what she might have did or didn't do, and for the record, I have no idea what she's done. I can go online like an intelligent person, and this is what I can see. I can see that she legally owns every fucking house that you have. She owns Blue Moon Entertainment solely in her name. Everything has been bought through her name. And from what I understand, talking to some very powerful lawyers and one judge out here in Brentwood, is when you put your money that apparently you're trying to hide from somebody into somebody else's account, it legally becomes their money. You can dump truckloads off there every day. Once it's in there, it's theirs. They only have to give it back if they want to. And I'm going to tell you something. If you drug me through the mud like you've drug your mother, if I had legal rights to keep that shit, I would keep it from your ass until you fucking got your head out of your fucking ass. Because you definitely got your head up in your ass, Johnny Cash, or Elvis, whichever one I'm talking to. I know you're going to see this video, and you're going to come back with some crazy-ass rant. I don't give a fuck. I'm just going to tell you, buddy. I love you till the day I die. You're my son. Remember, you started this shit. You went on Facebook and you try to make everybody look like a fucking idiot. At a girl's house who's already afraid to live where she's living because of the break-ins they've had. I won't say any names because I'm sure this type of people don't want their name on the internet. But you went to one house and you said...
This is very interesting. The cops came, went to the door, asked him some questions. Guess who's the only person that I know that this person knows at this house? Ronnie Upchurch. Wow. This is gonna be so great. It's gonna be a Netflix movie.
My dad knew these people somewhere along the lines. Oh my God, my dad's involved in this. My mom tried to sell this house. Well, we own a real estate business, so we have access to stuff that the normal person don't. I looked at everything. The contracts on that house. One person owned that house for years and years and years. They sold the house to this young lady who I used to work for her dad. He's one of the biggest builders in Springfield. And her and her husband lived there with her kids. You show up in the middle of the day with Hillbilly.
This is another house we just found that was in my name apparently and switched to someone else's name.
And you act like you own this house, or you think you do. I don't know where you got your information. You never owned the house. Patty never bought it or sold it. Patty Kennedy did, the oldest real estate agent in Ashland City. She bought and sold it. And the Doris family bought it. And I worked for her dad for about 20 years. Great Christian people. And you show up beating on the door, acting like you're going to evict somebody from their home. They don't know who you are. She never met you. And the only person that they know with your name is me. It's because I worked for her dad for 20 years. I just wonder, what drugs were you on that day? Because you apparently were not thinking clearly. And you can backtrack and say, oh, well, we was just checking. Well, the fucking videos say something else. I mean, you're accusing people of shit that had absolutely fucking nothing to do with that poor girl's house. The guy that showed up was her dad. She called him first. He went straight there. They didn't know who the fuck he was. He contacted Cheatham County Police. His dad, or his grandfather, was a sheriff of Springfield for 20, 30 years. They know people. And some of the stuff that was said by law enforcement in Cheatham County about you that day would blow your fucking mind away. You think everybody's your friend? Let me tell you something. 90% of the fucking people in Cheatham County right now think you've lost your fucking mind. And I'm absolutely on the same page. I don't understand any of it. I haven't done anything to you. You say you didn't have a dad growing up. Well, that's really fucking funny. Because I got fucking millions of pictures that can prove the difference. I worked like a fucking dog with nothing to make sure that you and your brothers had everything you needed. All the time. Everything that I never had growing up, you had every fucking bit of it. And you know what position I was in. I worked 70 hours a week. Sometimes I couldn't even get you on my weekend. Not because that's the way I wanted it. Because if I didn't pay my child support, I would go to jail. And it took everything that I could muster up. Trading shit. Selling shit. Working 70 hours a week. I lost everything in a divorce, even my kids. You didn't see me fucking cry and whine. I fucking put my boots on and got 2 fucking jobs. Within a few months, I had another house. I completely remodeled it. We loved it there. You guys would come over on the weekends, shoot bottle caps floating down the creek. You remember that? Everybody had their own gun, bought 4-wheelers, had anything you wanted. I couldn't even eat lunch at work. I barely made all the debt every Friday or once a month, the debt. 70 hours a week just to get by. I did that for like 7 years. And things started getting better. Working for myself. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. How could you be so mad at your mother that you talk about her like that on social media? How could you hate me so bad that you talk about me like that on social media? I don't want to do this. You're forcing me to. You're acting like a punk kid. You're acting like a spoiled punk kid. You swear that you do everything for your family. What have you done for your family? What? You got that were working day and night to get themselves through college. One family in particular, and you know who I'm talking about, the kids' IQs are so high, it's off the chart. And one of them's working herself to death, trying to get herself through college. You could have helped her. Not that you had to. You didn't have to. But when you give motherfuckers 20, 30 cars, money, four-wheelers, bobcats, guns, you just force feed them it. And behind your back, they're talking about you like a fucking dog. The only person that you've got that ever has worked for you and not fucking dogged you out is fucking Billy Wayne and Be Loose. The only fucking two people I've ever heard not talk about you. Now, I ain't got nothing against Robert Deerdorf. He's going to get mad as fuck when he sees this, and I just don't give a fuck. That's just the way that is. I don't give a fuck who gets mad at this video. I'm telling you the fucking truth. Robert, you never sat over there at Frankie's and just dogged Ryan out about the way he spends his money. You didn't go in O'Reilly's just a few months ago and dog him out at the counter, not realizing his little brother was in the back of the store. But no, Ryan don't believe his little brother. Hell no. Sometimes I wonder, what's Robert got on you? And it's not a jealousy thing. Think of what you want. Never had a problem with Robert. Never, He worked for me as a kid. You and him, y'all worked harder than some of these 30-year-old men today. But what the fuck happened to you? Fame and drugs. You can't figure out if you're fucking Elvis or Elton John. I don't know. All I'm wondering is, what happened to Ronnie Upchurch? Where did he go? The guy that, when my days were stressful, and they are often, I could cut on a video and laugh it away. I ain't the only person that could do that. Millions of people on the internet could do it. I see them. Ask him what happened to you. I can't watch him no more. Oh my God, he's depressed. Everything he talks about is negative. The videos aren't funny. He's just on there screaming and ranting. I told you like 6 months ago, man, people don't want to hear that. People come to you for music and a laugh. And the drama part, I don't get it. So, like I said, I'm at work today, like I've always done. And I see this video that you make where you honestly look like you're fucked up again.
And she put together the timeline of all the crazy that's happened to me in like the past, since all the crazy lately has been going on.
And maybe you're not, never been a drug addict, so I couldn't really tell you. But you look fucked up, ranting again, saying things about me that's not true again.
To done fuck your relationship up with your son for what? For a $10,000 bobcat? Congratulations. You won the lottery, didn't you?
Love you, man. You can take that to the bank.